Creation's Journey to Life. Day 67, Relationship Dynamics, Part 2. This is a continuation to Day 66, Relationship Dynamics, Part 1. Watch the documentaries The Trap, The Century of the Self, and Psy-War for context. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that in consumerism, the consumer forms a relationship with the pictures used in the packaging of a product, and according to the pictures stored in memory as to the desired self-interest outcome, will like or dislike a product and buy or not buy a product. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that every relationship a human has must pass the backchat discussion in the secret mind, which the human call, let me think about it. The backchat is the real decision maker that will either approve of the relationship or not. And in almost all cases, the backchat will only approve self-interest and the opportunity to win, especially against all odds. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that there are always two sides or more to any relationship. That is, the face of pretension for all to see, and the real face in the secret mind backchat, and the face shared with confidence. The complete self-honest truth virtually never sees the light of day and is kept in the darkness of the mind. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that relationships are always based on the premise of mutual benefit, where the so-called compassionate will allow the partner to win first, but the compassionate will expect to be allowed to win later, while claiming no competitive edge. All the while, the compassionate is the best deceivers that competes under stealth, still in the spirit of the competition of consumption, with the compassionate more likely to win through the manipulation of giving first. This way of the compassionate is not equality or the giving and receiving of life support, but is the giving of self-interested deception as part of the extreme nature of man, as the nature of self-interest, where all words can be traced back to self-interest and not life, showing that even the compassionate in the consumerism system has a place where the skills of deception can be practiced with a smile and with the word of love on the lips like honey that ensnares. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that the primary relationship in a person's life is with money or spirituality, where the value of both relationships are determined by the success of money movement. The nature and success of any relationship is based on the mutual profit for all parts of the relationship. When parts of the relationship threatens the profit of other parts, the relationship will turn to conflict, and a good person, because the relationship was profitable, will turn to a bad person because money is being lost. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that in investigating relationships, the money factor should be considered first, as it is both the most important part and the most hidden part in all relationships, as it is a constant game for superiority where the game plan of all participants in relationships is kept hidden. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that there is nothing that will not be revealed, and that relationships should be based on what is here in the physical world, in fact, to allow decisions to be made that are best for all. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize that the human is an all the time multidimensional lie machine that never plays open cards and is self-honest, and therefore, until this is realized and this dishonesty is stopped, life on Earth will be spiraling to extinction with the human last to go, and those that saw themselves as first and chosen will be last. I commit myself to show that images are used to form relationships with consumers in relation to brand loyalty. I commit myself to show that all people have a constant inner discussion, and that this is, in fact, proof of mental instability. Some call this inner talk, thought, but once you answer back to a thought or the voice in the head, stop and look why there is two of you. I commit myself to show that all relationships, from love to friendship to casual, are about money or energy and is always money. I commit myself to show that all words are compromised to serve the profit motive, and that when you investigate the nature of the relationships implied by words, you will find the profit and win motive in there somewhere. I commit myself to show that the honesty is all in the money. I commit myself to show that personal self-interest is so dominant that a proposal that will benefit all equally, even to a better position that the individual is in now, will be rejected just because the ego will not win, and the energy payback linked to money will be lost.